from Blu-Grit Garage. I'm here with Todd. He's the solo chair for the St. Louis region SCCA, and we're going to do a quick walk around on his car.
Sure, quick and easy. So the donor car, or the beginning of the car, is a 2003 Mustang GT. We bought the car used and began the process of turning it into a KMT car. So what that process includes is, per the KMT rules, as an example, we're allowed a front splitter, which we have.
Which you have to take off every time you get it in the trailer.
We have to take it off every time we get in the trailer because the car sits so low. You're allowed 6 inches from the furthest point of the bodywork. So this front bumper is included in that, so that's why it's a small spoiler, but the total amount of it gives us the allowable 6 inches. We run a large race tire, so we had to cut the fenders, and then we added fender flares in order to allow the tire to fit up underneath the car, front and rear. Of course, you have your class numbers. 77, that is a homage to the classic tube founder Paul Fix. Carried that number for years in Trans Am.
Which was a little bit of an issue with the guy with the Firebird.
Yeah, that Sean Rupp guy, he comes down from Ohio, he wants his 77 back, and I make him put that ugly green tape on.
Yeah, so if you ever go back on one of our past interviews with that black Firebird Trans Am, you'll see the little...
You'll see Sean complaining I stole his number.
Yeah.
So we've got the number on, we've got the rears. Interior-wise, according to the rules, you are allowed to remove some interior items, but you do have to have a dash. But we've taken the factory seats out, as you can see. We've put bucket seats in, racing seats. We've removed the back seat, just a little bit of literally just a cardboard. You're supposed to hide the holes in the openings, if you will. So we just made it out of some cardboard and some fabric.
Felt or fabric? Okay.
Yeah, fabric. Yeah. And took out the center console, as you can see. Put a short throw shifter with a longer extension handle on there. We did that. One of the other rules is you do have to have form panels and you do have to have door glass. However, none of that has to be operational. Keep that in mind. Already the back, we have our spoiler. This is the carbon fiber spoiler. So we have our spoiler on the back, help push the rear end out, along with a rear diffuser that we've installed to do the same thing to help keep the back end.
Have you felt much improvement with the diffuser?
Quite a bit. The car is more planted, it's more firm. It did require a retuning of the shocks and springs, though, to get the balance a little bit more correct. We ended up changing, primarily on the front, we ended up changing springs and shock settings up front.
Is that a rear camera for backing up since you can't see through that spoiler?
That is, yeah, correct. That's a rear camera because you cannot see out the back of these cars due to the seating position and the spoiler. One of the other things we did egress in the vehicle. It's on now, but we do have a removable steering wheel, and most of your steering column apparatus, I guess we'll call it, have been removed. So the key actually doesn't do anything. So that when you spin, you don't have to worry about it blocking out or starting the car.
Well, the key starts the car, just doesn't lock the wheel.
It doesn't lock the wheel, right. You no longer have to shove in the clutch pedal to start the car, all those kind of things. So we've taken some of those things out.
Is that some kind of driver's aid you have there?
That is actually inside there. You'll see that as part of our brake package from the fine folks over at Classic Tube who help supply all of our brakes, our pads, rotors, calipers. That is a brake bias knob, so we can adjust the brake bias front to rear.
Oh, the knob down there.
The blue knob, right, and get the car more balanced to the way that we want it. So we've got that in there as well.
What's that that thing on top?
The screen on the top here, that is actually the backup camera that you spoke of.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll come on with the
reverse.
Well, no, it's on full time. I can turn it on for you.
Okay, no big deal.
No big deal. Yeah.
We want to see the engine.
Yeah. The other thing we did is for some cooling, we put some hood louvers in to get the heat out of the car. And then there's other interior items. There's no headlighter in the car. We try to take as much weight out of the vehicle as we can, but we do have a minimum weight we have to meet. And then under the hood is nothing special. It's your small block Ford. I say nothing special, haha.
4.6.
4.6 has been built. So we've got that built and ready to go.
Bigger injectors. I see they're red.
Bigger injectors, pistons, custom cams, heads. You name it. It's been done in the car. We've done it's a little dirty. They should have rushed it, but I don't know this is going to go on.
Yeah, dirt's weight.
Yeah, dirt is weight. So lightweight battery instead of the big heavy-duty Motorcraft factory battery. We got rid of that.
Where'd you get the battery?
That is an Odyssey that actually I think we just got off of Amazon Prime. It weighs like 7 pounds, and the factory battery was like 29 pounds. So it takes,
Odyssey Extreme.
yeah, it takes a lot of front weight, a lot of quarter weight off of that tire. So pony cars, Mustangs, Camaros, front tower race for Maximum Motorsports, obviously. But your muscle cars are inherently nose heavy.
Right.
So if you can get that weight off the nose, try to get the car back to a little bit more of a 50-50 situation the best that you can. It allows the car to be much more balanced.
You take it off the nose, but that way you're not adding it to the rear. It's better to take the weight off, period, and that's
Yes,
it.
get rid of it completely. And we have some other ideas on how to take some weight out, but
That's secret.
yeah, well, as they say, racing knows cubic dollars, so it's just a matter of how much you want to invest. But, it's a nice car. It's a very basic build. We have a torque arm in the back of it. We have an adjustable panhard bar in the back of it. The factory suspension is completely taken off the vehicle, so it is a completely adjustable coil-over suspension. So all of that is adjustable. We can change out spring rates. We can make shock adjustments. So all of the factory suspension is gone off the vehicle. All of that. We've got your chassis reinforcement underneath. It's been welded in. Torque boxes. It does have a true track rear end in the car versus the factory posi.
True track, you said?
True track.
Okay, it's all gears.
All gears. So we've got a rear end in the car. That helps when you're matching on the loud pedal and these things to put the power down and allow it to square up.
One thing I noticed, if you ever drive in the rain, the true tracks are a lot better than the clutch ones.
Yes.
A clutch one always tends to have the back, even out here on Autocross, and the back end always wants to come around.
Once you come around, you'll get one tire spinning, not the other, which creates that unwanted rotation.
Yeah.
And so with the true track, everything is
It's almost like it's computerized, the way it thinks for itself.
It knows, and you can feel it when it happens. It'll lock in. And so that's really, it's a very, what I like to call a very basic design build. There's not a lot of trick stuff. There's just a lot of very tried and true. The big thing with a KMT car is I've heard people say that they tend to be kind of a violent car, and that's not meant in a bad way. They're violent in that they do what you want them to do, and they do it now. And so this car was built with the concept of we want forward bite, we want it to turn in, we want it to dig and exit, and that's really where you make up the time. And so we've got just a lot of very simplistic engineering that has worked for decades, and it's working very well for us.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
And for your help, we're going to give you a complimentary Blu-Grit garage sticker.
Going on the back window with that. There you
Okay.
go. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it, Walter.
Okay. I think that's Nick. Todd and Nick own the car. Todd did the interview, or the walk around. That's a 2-driver car. You can tell because there's 3 numbers on the side. The second driver, they always put a number 1 in front of it, in front of the number. So it's right now number 177 is driving. There's a street creature back from the what is it, Summit Autocross week. Oh, we had that thing screaming.
Holy, hit a few cones, but the raw time was at 49.
Oh, Tim got a 49, but he clipped cones doing it, so. It depends where he hit the cone, though. I mean, if you go straight through something, you can save a lot of time doing that, but usually 2 seconds. It's too much to overcome time-wise.